The five mafia families Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese. Explained and History of NYC Mafia. The five families. Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese were the dominant mafia groups in New York City. They were formed after the Castellammarese War in 1931 and reorganized under Salvatore Maranzano and Lucky Luciano, publicly revealed in 1963. These families controlled vast wealth and power until the 1970 RICO Act weakened them through convictions and informants. While their influence has diminished, the families remain active in organized crime. Each family has a storied history and is notorious for violent criminal activities, rooted in Sicily and continuing to shape American mafia culture. But what made these families so powerful, and how did they manage to control New York for decades? Lucchese Family. The Lucchese family, originally known as the Galliano family, rose to prominence under Thomas Galliano after Gaetano Reina's death during the Castellammarese War. Following Galliano's death in 1951, Thomas Lucchese took control and renamed the family. The Luccheses, along with the Gambinos, controlled New York's trucking and garment industries, as well as several labor unions. In 1978, Associate Jimmy Burke orchestrated the Lufthansa Heist. The family was also heavily involved in heroin trafficking. In the late 1980s, under Vittorio Little Vic Amuso, the family faced violent internal strife. Amuso was convicted in 1992, but continued to lead from prison. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the world of the five families, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on future videos. Bonanno Family. The Bonanno family, led by Joseph Joe Bananas Bonanno after Maranzano's death, became one of the most powerful mafia families, involved in loan sharking, gambling, narcotics, and prostitution. Bonanno attempted to seize control of the mafia in 1964 but was forced into hiding. After his return, he retired. The family faced significant turmoil, especially after FBI agent Joseph Pistone, alias Donnie Brasco, infiltrated the family in 1976. This led to the Bonannos losing their seat on the commission, though they regained it in the 1990s under Joseph Massino. The family was later led by Michael "The Nose" Mancuso. Colombo Family. The Colombo family was initially led by Joseph Profaci, who ruled until his death in 1962. His brother-in-law, Joseph Magliocco, took over and conspired with Joseph Bonanno to murder the Gambino and Lucchese bosses. However, assassin Joseph Colombo exposed the plot and became boss in 1964. Colombo later accused the FBI of racial profiling after the RICO Act was enacted and founded the Italian-American Civil Rights League. The family profited from various illegal activities, including extortion and drug trafficking. By 2011, a series of arrests severely weakened the family, leaving it without a clear leader. Gambino Family. The Gambino family, one of New York's five families, originated in 1906 under Salvatore Toto d'Aquila. After his death in 1928, Vincent Mangano became boss until his 1951 murder, allegedly by Albert Anastasia, who also met a violent end in 1957. Carlo Gambino then took control and became the boss of bosses until his death in 1976, when he appointed his brother-in-law, Paul Castellano, as his successor. Castellano's leadership angered Capo John Gotti, who orchestrated Castellano's murder in 1985. Gotti later expanded the family's rackets but was convicted of multiple crimes, including Castellano's murder. The family saw turmoil with shifting leadership and imprisonments. Today, the Gambino family is led by a three-person panel: Bartolomeo Vernace, Daniel Marino, and John Gambino. Genovese Family. The Genovese family, originally the Luciano family, became the largest and most powerful of New York's five families. Led by Charlie Lucky Luciano, who orchestrated the 1931 murder of Giuseppe Masseria, the family flourished. After Luciano's deportation in 1946, Vito Genovese took over, becoming the boss of bosses until his death in 1969. Vincent Chin Gigante succeeded him. Using eccentric behavior to avoid trial, the family grew more powerful in the 1990s, focusing on narcotics trafficking and controlling labor unions. Following Gigante's 1997 imprisonment, Liborio Bellomo took leadership. The family remains influential today, now led by Daniel Leo. The Lucchese family controls territory in the Bronx, while the Bonanno and Colombo families are based in Brooklyn. The Gambino family operates in Queens, and the Genovese family controls Manhattan and parts of the Bronx. Though the five families have diminished in power, they remain iconic in American culture, appearing in influential films like The Godfather, 1972, and Goodfellas, 1990, as well as TV shows such as The Sopranos, 1999-2007, and Boardwalk Empire, 2010-2014. And why does their legacy continue to captivate us today?